Hello YouTube, or wherever you're watching this. This is Jeremy from Flatware Creations. I got a new type of solder. It's acid core for metal working, metal gutters, tin work, auto care kind of stuff. I've been using the rosin core, but I figured I would give this a try because everything I solder is on metal. So yesterday I was messing with it and it didn't want to flow as quickly as the rosin core. So today I tried in a little experiment on one of my little prototype fishy guys here. You can see the solder, and what I did was I put flux on one side and then no flux on the other, and it took a long time to heat up one of these, to heat up the acid core solder. I lost it already. It took a lot more heat to heat this up, but once I put the flux down, I saw it go really quick. So I'm just experimenting right now, and I figured I'd let you guys come along for the ride. I'm a little slow on getting some of my videos out, but they are coming. Alright, so what we have is we have our rosin core, we have our acid core, and then we have our lead-free solder. I don't know, I got it on clearance for $1.29, $1.24 at Hobby Lobby. It's massive. So I normally pound that out fully flat and then cut off little strips, but for this I have these little balls, just little end clippings. So what I'm going to do is, we have a spoon here. It's just from an old serving spoon, and what I'm going to do is we're going to put down these 3 different solders on it and see what it heats and when it finally drops. And then we're going to take, and I have 2 kinds of solder flux. Close that one. I have Water Flow 2000, and then I have an old Alpha Metals soldering flux paste looking stuff. So it looks like that. And the Water Flow 2000 looks like this, and it's kind of runny. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the 3 by themselves first with no flux, and then we're going to use one type of flux for the next row with all of the same solders, and then we're going to use the other type of flux with all the same solders also. So we should get 3 strips with 9 pieces of solder, and we'll get to kind of see what each one did on the same piece. Alright, so I got my torch. I'm just using this little butane torch, and I have all my pieces cut, I believe. Oh no, I didn't do acid core for that. Or did I do? Yeah, I did the acid core. I didn't do the easy flow, or the acid, not acid, the flux core. I know it doesn't need any solder, so we're not going to have that one. We'll just have the acid core and the regular lead-free solder. Alright, let's bring you down here to my workstation. I'll get this leveled off here. And hopefully we get some light. Okay, well, there's a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna get, this is the regular lead-free solder that I got from the crafting at Hobby Lobby. want you guys to be able to see it pretty good. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so what we're going to look for is we're going to look for the melt and then the drop. That drop is, I don't know the technical term for it, but that's the part where it fuses everything together. So let me see, got my striker here. So we'll just try and get some of the coolness out of here. Turn it into a ball. It jumped up a little bit there, so I think we have the whole thing melted now. Moved a little bit then. Oh, and there we go. Looks like there was a little air pocket or something in there. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything else. Okay, so we're gonna put on, this is the acid core, I believe. Grab my pick. We'll find out here in a second. That is the rosin core. See how fast that went? So this is the acid core. See how much longer it's taking? It's not quite down there. There we go, and it just dropped. Okay. I'm gonna take this. Got a little water dish back here. Okay, so we have our 3 solders. They're actually all stuck. Yep, they are all stuck. But if you look this direction, see how tall this is? It didn't really flatten out. This one here didn't really flatten out either. It was definitely a lot lower than this one. And then this one here almost went flush. I think if I would have given it a little bit, a few more seconds, it would have gone flush. So let's try our aqua flow. Let's go right here. Just gonna use my pick, put a little drop right there. Drop right there. So this is just gonna be the acid core and the lead-free regular stuff. We should be able to see it. Gonna get my pick out, start walking. Just push it back that way. There it's dropping. Dropping some more. That one's flattening out a lot better. It's following the flux around. I think that one is all it's going to give me. I'm going to put just a little bit more on this side, see what happens. Okay, I think that's probably about it. I'm going to put another dot further away from here. And we're going to put our acid core right there. See how fast that dropped? And that's going really thin. That's what I was hoping for. Now just for reference, without the solder, just this being hot, so this is the rosin core without the flux. See how fast that just melts right in there? And then it does have a drop. So we get the lid on that one. Okay, so now we're gonna try our other flux here, our paste flux. I'm gonna go here where there's no flux right now. A little bit more over here. Okay. So I don't know a whole lot about solders. Thus the reason I'm doing this experiment, because I want to see what happens. Alright, let's see, where's my pick? So that one dropped really quick, and it's actually flattening out a lot more than that one. So this one here is almost completely flat. So that's good to know. Now we'll do our acid core right there. Dropped real quick and is spreading out really thin. Okay. Let's cool this off and then look at the results. Okay. Hello. Zoom out a little bit. Okay. So, here, the top is the last ones we did. So the bottom was the first ones. So this is this regular thick lead-free soldering, or lead-free solder from Hobby Lobby. It didn't really flatten out at all, and this is no flux. So no flux, didn't really flatten out at all. Our acid core didn't really flatten out. This one here. And I think if I would have given it a few more seconds, that this, which is the rosin core, would have flattened right out too. So we have not quite so great, but once we add the flux, so this is the thin water flow 2000 flux. A big difference between the drop in this one and the front one. Next we have our acid core, this one right here. Go with that one. This one's fluxed with that liquid one. It dropped down pretty good. There's still a bump, but nowhere near this first one. And then this was our last, no solder, just the rosin core. And these guys up here, these definitely work the best. Let me flip it around there for you. You can't really see any height on them at all. There is a little bump and a little bump, but you can't really see them compared to the others. So you can see that one, you can see this one here, that one, and that one for sure. And this is what they look like head on. So I think from now on, I'm going to be using my alpha soldering paste, or paste flux. Just getting lots better results. These guys, and they drop down like that, which was one of the things where whenever I tried it earlier without the flux, this didn't touch anything. It wouldn't stick to the silver plate at all. But just a quick video for you, playing with my solders. I kept it under 20 minutes, yay! Make sure, if you haven't yet, like, share, and subscribe. Click the button so you get notified of any new videos. We will have a bunch coming out. I do have a big list, and if there's any requests that you guys want, or kind of a challenge or something, mention it in the comments. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you next time.